So, a very good morning, guys. I am Msomi. So, I hope that you guys are good. I've just done my 5 kilometer walk that I do every single day. So, I do a minimum of 5 kilometers. I hope that today you guys enjoy today's talk. We are going to be talking about your purpose. And purpose really goes around faith, it goes around substance, it goes around belief. And I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy today's session where we basically dive deep into what your purpose is. I will be able to tell you more about what my purpose is and how I figured out what my purpose is. And I hope that you really enjoy it. Before we continue, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and basically tell your friends to come join us. So today we are doing our first session of Real Talk. So Real Talk is going to be based around all the real things that we need to talk about, be it rape, be it mental illness, be it gender-based violence, be it faith. We're going to dig in and talk about all the different things that you guys need to know. So I hope that you guys do enjoy today's talk, and you're welcome to ask me any questions, comment, tell me what you think. Let me know what your purpose is. If you found your purpose, if you're struggling with your purpose, do let me know. But today we dig in. I hope that you guys enjoy, and I'll see you soon. So good evening, good afternoon, good everything. Anyway, I'm Msomi. So earlier I recorded a bit of a snippet, to tell you guys that I was gonna come back and have a conversation with you guys about purpose. And it gets me so excited because I wanted to bring my Bible, and I was like, slow down a bit, I chose to do this video in a very relaxed state because it's something that is extremely and very, very close to my heart. And I'm hoping that I'll also be able to shed light, on you guys, basically shed light with somebody else who has not been down this road before, right? So remember our last conversation that I had, I showed you guys my tattoo. So the foundation of this conversation basically begins around my tattoo. So I'm actually going to read the actual verse for you guys because I feel like that is the foundation of the conversation. I know my skin is dry, right? No, it's not. Anyway, this is basically the foundation of this conversation. So I'm going to read out the actual verse to you guys. And I'm doing this because I want to believe that this is a faith series. Real talk today begins with purpose. And for me, finding my purpose was through God. So it wasn't through, I don't know, there's some people, some people find their purpose in different ways. And please don't get me wrong, guys. Purpose can be anything, right? Like me, it was purpose through faith. With other people, it could be anything else. So give me a second while I get through. So while I just look for the verse, because I'm going to use my phone, it is Hebrews 11 verse 1. I will be using a Bible that's more, better for you guys to understand, because I'm the King James, I almost said Matthew. I'm the King James version type of person, but for the sake of the video, I'll be a bit lenient, and I'll use, something else. So this is the Good News translation, right? So it says, to have faith is to be sure of things we hope for, to be certain of things we cannot see. When I was young, right? When I was young, faith for me, wow. I can't actually even remember how old I was when I, figured, faith was everything. Anyway, we'll get to that part, because chances are I'll keep talking to you guys and it's gonna, pop up as an epiphany at the back of my mind as I keep talking. So I can tell you part of the story. I was really young, actually, when I realized I had a calling. And that's just for me being a traditional healer. This was not the calling of Christ as yet, because my feet somehow, was still trying to find my calling, to be honest. It took me a while for me to get to the figuring part of where my feet were, what my calling was in the line of Christ. So it all began initially when it was, just with my calling as a traditional healer. So yes, like other people, I have the underground gang, hence I have the chains on my hands. I used to wear beads, but I don't. thankfully. I do have a set on me actually, but I don't wear them fully like I used to, with all the pictures that you guys will probably see throughout this video. I used to proper wear beads a lot, but yeah. So I have an underground gang. I talk to dead people. I know, hey, it's scary. But anyway, so I do have an underground gang. This makes it easier for me to pass through messages of those who have now passed over. And it allows me to connect with the afterlife. It allows me to see things beyond the naked eye. It allows me to connect with people at a more heightened ability, is what I call it, right? It also allows me to see into the future. So I see in 3 ways. I see the now, the yesterday, and the what is going to happen. It's not the easiest of gifts. I always tell people like, yo, being a treat, no. We don't ask to see things. We don't ask not to sleep at night. We don't ask to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because you're seeing people and now you must remember to call a friend because, something bad might happen to the friend and you're like, oh my God. I think that's the upside down part of it. Ooh, this tongue twister. Some of the things that I do want to share with you guys are so difficult to explain in English. Like, they need vernac proper. But I also don't like, I don't want to speak vernac because then it blocks all my other viewers, and then I'd have to translate and then, it's going to be a lot. I've been practicing now as a traditional healer for 9+ years or so. It's been an interesting journey. I have seen things that I never thought I'd ever see. I have had to believe, obviously, in a lot of things that have never been realistic at the time as much as they are now. So that's also the most difficult thing to explain, especially when you meet a non-believer or you meet someone who's, not to say who's atheist. I don't want to use the word atheist because it's a very strong word, which, we'll get there as we talk about faith. But there's nothing as difficult as being a healer and trying to explain something to somebody and they don't want to hear it. Or maybe they know. That's the funny thing, because majority of people maybe I would say personally I've approached actually have maybe heard the message but didn't believe it, Or I become the person who's about to show them that, hello, you need to listen to it again, And that's the most difficult part. I think that is the most difficult part about being a gifted, spiritual person, that you want to help people and some people just won't listen to you, or some people just won't believe, and it's the most painful thing sometimes. But, underground gang is a story for another day, but I'm basically giving you guys the platform because that is exactly where my faith and my purpose began. I'm sharing that bit of underground gang part so you guys understand that not only am I a church leader, where I am a confirmation leader for my church, but I'm also a person whose purpose began at a very young age. And at that time, not because I didn't understand, like, I knew I was next. It was like, okay, guys, kudos, it's me, let's go, let's get with it, I knew that I was going to go through that process. I just didn't realize how I thought I was ready, and I still say this now. People are like, yeah, but you're ready. And I was like, no. I made peace with it. At some point, I was like, you know what? I need to do this. I need to go through this process. I need to go stay in somebody's house, and at some point I'll get home, like, hello, share my beer in the fridge type of thing, But here I am now. Years later, I've actually even forgotten it as if it was yesterday. But anyway, let's get to purpose, right? So purpose means what do you wake up for? And that's the latent version of it. Purpose is, what are you doing to change somebody's life? What are you doing to make things better for yourself? For me, purpose is that. Like, purpose is anything, Why do you wake up in the morning? I mean, yes, God wakes us up all, guys, hello, that type of thing. But what is the one thing that you wake up and say, yo, I really have a purpose? I remember a few years ago, when my purpose started, I had been in my relationship, I think, for like over 5 years or something. And I always had people ask me, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I'm like, okay, how do I do what? And when you say it to people, it's as though it's a joke. And I've been saying to people that I realized my purpose in helping other people because people kept asking me, And as crazy as that may sound, people kept asking me, so how has your relationship worked for so long? How don't you have problems? Why A, B, C, D? And I'm like, pray. to me, it was like a light bulb moment, because I'm like thinking, okay, people are asking me this, and I say it all the time. Pray. You push. Pray until something happens. And you should never give up. And every time I say this, people are like, yeah, you know, we've been praying, yeah, like, you guys have not been praying, trust you me. I feel like people need to understand that prayer gets you to such a contentment. Like, gosh, speaking about prayer gets me excited. That's how much I fulfilled my purpose in life, because prayer for me is bed, like bread, butter, sleep, wake up, snack. I'm bored in the middle of the day and I'm thinking, okay, I think I need to talk to God now, because right now I shouldn't be bored, I should be studying, but bro, God, like, I can't, you know. And that's exactly what purpose is. So my first encounter of purpose was about 5 years into my relationship, which of course in total has been like 14 years, something, yeah, you know. And somebody was like, but how do you do it? You know, how do you wake up in the same place with the same person for so many years? And I'm like, you pray. I'm like, you pray, and you pray. Like, yeah, but you make it so simple. How are you guys instinctive? Like, guys, I always say to people, I've had the worst amount of relationships in my life. Oh my God. And the change began when I started to pray. And this is everything. So let's not talk about it in terms of relationship and marriage. It could be at work. You know, when do you find when do you find it in you to say, right now I'm having a bad day, I'm just gonna, you know, stand up from my desk, I'm gonna go to the toilet because it's tea time, and I'm gonna pray. I'm going to call God and say, Heavenly Father, today has been a difficult day. I don't know what is going on, but you need to give me the strength. People don't do that. And that's exactly what the problem is. People are so quick to call unto God when the electricity bill hasn't been paid, or the house just burnt down, or the cat went missing, or nobody knows where the dog is, or your aunt has gone MIA, or, you know, gender-based violence. Let's all pray. No. Prayer should be such an important thing. And that is exactly where I found my purpose. So, an example, right, that I always like giving people is War Room. So War Room is a beautiful movie, especially when it comes to those who are watching this for relationships and you know, you guys should watch War Room. War Room teaches you that you don't need to fight. No kunrasa, man. You guys are hitting each other with things. Yeah, my pain for guys, you can't. That is too much drama. You need to get to a point where you specifically pray for what you want. And this is everything. Whether it's praying for a job, it's praying for a sister, it's praying for a friend, it's praying for a partner, it's praying for a wife, it's praying for a husband. You need to pray. You pray until you can't pray anymore. You know, I will be sharing a lot of verses with you guys, especially in terms of, you know, prayer for work, prayer for fun, prayer for boredom, because trust me guys, like, I get bored and I actually do pray. It's annoying actually. I think in my normal life, I mean, lately I know I've been having some lazy days, but on a normal day, I think I probably pray like 6 times a day or something. I don't know, I know it's a lot, but yeah, I do a lot of praying. When I found my purpose, so previously, before I went back to Mondo Methodist Church, which is where I am now, and which is where I started, right? I was attending the Zion Methodist. I still do, because they beat drums, and you know, because I'm an underground gang type of person, I need to hear the drums from time to time, because hey, I don't have a choice, these people get so loud. So unfortunately, because I hear all these dead people, I need to always make sure I keep up with the underground gang. So I still do that from time to time, where I visit, you know, and I hear, you know, the drum, and I go by the riverside and do my prayers and stuff. But my purpose began because I knew I had to pass the word of God. I knew that I had to ngifeze my name. So for those who don't know, my actual name is Fezile, and it means helping others achieve. I'm a helping person, because that's exactly what my name is, that's what my name does, and that's what I've been doing for the longest of time. And I enjoy it actually, you know, especially when it puts God there in the mix, you know, because I can't keep quiet when I talk about God, which you guys will know. Like, God for me is I always say to people, mercy rewrote my life. And for those who do know me will know, since my stroke, since I was in hospital, and since mental illness and all those things, mercy has written my life. And so many times where it's difficult for me to even count, you know. I sit sometimes and I wonder that how is it that one man could keep saving me over and over again, because his mercy rewrote my life. And that's where I found my purpose, you know. I found my purpose in praying for other people because it offered them healing. I found my purpose. I remember Bestie said something to me the other day. We woke up, and she was like, "This is who you are." So all the time, I have people call me at random times. Like I would literally have to stop my life because somebody's sick, somebody needs prayer, we need to pray for somebody, we need to take somebody somewhere, somebody needs cleansing and so forth. And I genuinely, I'm human, please understand that. And genuinely that day, I woke up and I was tired. Like, I literally took the blanket off my head and I was like, Lord, not today. Like, properly not today, because I was like, no, like, I'm superficially tired. And she turned to me and said, but Hlabati, this is who you are. This is what you are, and this is who you're going to be for a very long time. So if you get tired now, has God ever gotten tired of helping you? Has God ever not woken up on a random day and said, oh, my child, I'm tired, I will not help you? And I laughed, actually, because no matter how tired I was, I actually got up and I said, how can I help you? Because that is my purpose. I answered the calling to be able to help other people. And this is what I do. So, sometimes, guys, helping, your purpose could be bead making, because you're good with your hands. It doesn't have to be as intense as my purpose is. And I always say, when you're unclear of your purpose, kneel down and pray. Ask God. We are all here on this planet Earth, borrowed time, for one odd reason or another. And as much as you don't know what that purpose is, ask him. That answer is going to come. So anyway, while I still talk a lot, please make sure that you guys remember to like, subscribe, share my videos, while we continue on Real Talk, which makes this our first series. I'm gonna call it a series because episode sounds so TV like. It's been fun. I always say when I talk about God, I get so excited. I think God actually excites me. Oh my God. God is an amazing thing. And for those who are watching, I do know that not all of us are believers. Some of us have fallen off the wagon of prayer, and I'm hoping that this video is an inspiration for you to get up and pray, to tell yourself that you will get up and pray. I live by that also. My Guap team will be able to tell I tell them all the time, get up and pray. It doesn't matter how difficult it is. If you can't, pop me a message and say, hey bro, like I need prayer, I'm going through the most. I know for those who don't know their purposes, kneel and ask. It's a random conversation with God where you can literally don't even have to light a candle. I always say to people, I hope I can actually show it to you guys. Easiest YouVersion. Oh, okay, it is showing. So YouVersion, I know it's going to show the other way around. This is the Bible app on most phones, I assume. I don't know the Android ones. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not an Android person. But for those who do have smartphone, so Google App Store does have it. Your Apple iStore has it as well. You can basically download any Bible app that is very comfortable for you to use. So I use the one that says Holy Bible, but in actual fact, I hold my Bible most of the time. This is only for cases where I'm on the road or something and I close my eyes for like a second, and then I use that one because it allows me to just grab a verse at any time, or if somebody asks me for advice that includes a verse, I'm able to just open it and respond back to the person. So it's been awesome. I hope that you guys will ask me questions. I want to believe you pray until something happens. I live by those words, and you get up and pray. It doesn't matter what time it is. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're commuting to work and you're sitting in the bus. Pray. Connect to God. If you don't know what your purpose is, ask. Sometimes your purpose may not be godly. Don't get me wrong. I know that sounds very wrong. But even if your purpose is not supposedly godly, it doesn't mean you cannot reach out, and speak to God and ask God what he wants you to do. I got my purpose. I'm living my purpose no matter how much it drives me up the wall sometimes, because waking up is a bugger. But here I am, and I'm hoping that all of you guys will get the same. So with our next section, I've been asked a couple of things and I'm still, trying to figure out my life about what I want to do with you guys for the next session. But I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed purpose. And I'm hoping that you guys will find out who you are and what your purpose in life is. I mean, if your purpose is like me, then give me a ring, comment down below and tell me what you think your purpose is. And if you're struggling, let us pray about it and find your purpose, because having a purposeful life is amazing. You know, you get to a point where I don't even get angry anymore, because something I've realized in my journey of purpose, especially lately, is anger doesn't do anything besides get you negative. So you're always negative because you're angry, and it doesn't work, you know. So you need to get to a point where you're like, you know what, I can't do this. And there's nothing that is beautiful as being able to forgive yourself and forgiving the next person. And you forgive them to a point that it doesn't bother you anymore. It doesn't faze you anymore. So no matter what they do, whether they wake up, they don't wake up, they don't breathe, you're not phased. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends, basically, that we're going to be doing all sorts of conversations, talking about different things. But thank you so much for tuning in to Real Talk. It has been fantastic. And this is Series 1. Bye-bye.